How are you?
It's four-leaf clover. Make a wish. Wish you weren't so awkward, bud.
No ego on that side of Hollywood, is there?
Because maybe they're just as good and we're wasting time.
Why can't you just admit it's over?
Some people are in it just for the art.
It's too complicated. It's like algebra. Why you got to put numbers and letters together? Why can't you just go yourself?
Hey now. Not everyone's going to enjoy this show. Settle in.
Not everyone will, but you will. You will, audience member. Thank you so much for signing in. Thank you for joining us. Thank you for being a part of Scrub Hop Talk Season 13, Episode 1. My name is... Now, we get a lot of new listeners, what I've heard from the analytics in the back room. They've been telling me they've been running numbers lately. On
the guys in the back?
Guys in the back. They've been running the followers through they got one of those little machines, and they've been putting it through the machines.
Actually,
and they've been
that's a
telling us.
lie. That's a lie. They use an abacus. But go
it's
on.
It's the Nielsen report. The Nielsen report came in, and we've learned that there's been some new additions
Some
to
more
our
seismic
audience.
activity.
For those of the podcast listeners, you might see that right now I'm moving around the things on the abacus, the nodules. Those are called nodules on an abacus.
Can you air abacus for us? Because I don't think you know what an abacus is. You're like going up here, you're going down there. Like that's not what it is. You just go over.
It looks like an abacus to me.
I'm going all over the place because you may not understand abacuses like
abacus.
I do, JDirty, because as those people who have been listening to the podcast, watching the podcast in season 1, they know forever that I'm a pro. And what they know about you, JDirty, is this.
I'm the penetrator.
And so because of those
things, do they know anything about me? Do they know anything?
The only thing they've ever known about you is this.
Julie Jerkoff.
That's it.
That's not all that I am. I am more than just that. I just struggle with stuff. I'm multifaceted. I have more than one facet.
I understand. Okay, one of the other facets that you have is this one.
I don't need to think about anything harder than I already do.
Okay.
We've been on the air for a minute. We've talked about him being hard and facet. Can we go to something else?
I guess. Yeah. The only other thing that people have been saying about him is this.
Mostly, I'm pointless to touch base with.
That's not.
I thought you were going to just
go. Okay, tell everybody about all of the. Tell them about the opening stuff that you have to, and then take us into a beverage because I'm starting to get flustered. You're getting me to a point of frustration. I don't want to start off the night frustrated. You know what I'm saying?
Listen, baby girl, you got kind of out of line.
You did get out of line. I love that one. That one's so good.
Every time we start laughing.
I didn't mean to do that.
Let's move along. The people are upset.
Troxy Cotton is right. We are available on social media platforms, and JDirty did a really good job recently of breaking down what those social media platforms are.
Let's hear
it.
I
would just, without further ado, I would like to let him take this one over, please, Jay.
If you're on the social media, like all the kids these days, if you're on Thrifter and Drifter and Grifter and Greeper and all those other ones that the kids are doing, you can check us out at Scrub Hop.
That's what we are.
That easy, ladies and gentlemen. We are here to please. Yep.
Yeah. No,
if you're on Truther or Bruther or
those ones are made up. Don't go there.
Oh yeah, sorry, those aren't made up. I was just kidding around. Scrub Hop at everything.
On the real, we are we're at Tracy's tip line 303-578-8952. If you want to send
on Instagram
now,
also.
I would like to point out something. We just enjoyed our season 12 finale last week, episode 240, and we broke down. We did a little move and shake, you know what I'm saying? We broke down all of the videos that we played in season 12, and we narrowed those down to the top 10, which is difficult because we play like almost 10 videos every week. So for us to whittle down those 100 plus videos to just the top 10 is difficult.
100 plus.
Season 12's number one video was an audience submission. It was sent in by Wise Guys. It is a top tier video.
Accolades.
Accolades. One of the videos that we're going to be watching tonight that I've been giggling about for the last couple hours was sent in by Lainey,
little schoolgirl,
to 303-578-8952. Guys, what I'm trying to tell you is that if you send in content to 303-578-8952, it could become the #1 video of the season. Okay?
This man makes me laugh like a silly
I know, and I
schoolgirl.
tried to keep going because he's over here getting really naughty. He's getting naughty.
I can't help myself when he says
And
stuff.
I'm trying to keep it in the nice boy clock, okay, guys?
No, we're still doing it.
And she can too.
Awesome.
All right,
awesome.
let's go to beverages. What do you say?
No, if you're not into the whole text message thing, send us an email, scrubhop@gmail.com.
The whole brevity thing.
Into the whole text message thing.
I want to know the one person out there. Send us a stamped addressed letter to.
I'll put the PO box up on there.
PO Box 48 at Strasbourg or Strasbourg.
At Strasbourg.
Yeah. You can do that too. It'll get here. Yeah, let us know. Even if you're not into the text,
you can write an @ symbol on your.
It'll get there. Just make sure you address it properly, because otherwise it may not be able to be released.
Don't put your name on it. Like JDirty. You can be like JDirty Small Dick Brigade or whatever you want. I don't care.
As long as it doesn't say your
at the
name.
post office know what my dick is bringing, but don't write your own name, because then I'm like, that guy's just a dick.
I'm confused.
Yeah,
I just don't know how PO boxes work. It's not.
No, the PO box is fine. It was the address You wrote it to yourself.
I was sending it from me.
Okay, lastly, follow us on Scrub Hop at everything.
You write your name on.
We are Scrub Hop. The three of us are Scrub Hop because
Squad Fucker.
It's just who we are.
That's it, guys.
Thanks a lot.
So dope.
It's all the banners, all the things. I agree with Cotton. He's been whining like a little naughty little schoolgirl for the last however long.
You were getting a little bit quiet over there, but you're starting to get better. I
pushed my microphone down. Is that better?
You got to eat that mic, okay? You got to eat that fucking mic. If you don't eat that
There's
goddamn
a complete
mic,
emergency going on, and you don't believe me.
there's been enough minutes that have surpassed now that I can say goddamn and fucking, and I will start to say those things for the rest of the program. We've made it past the 5-minute mark. We're good. Take us into the beverages. Take us into the goddamn fucking beverages. You piece of.
Wait!
Hey,
careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
Why are you so mad, bro? Like, what are you? Did Tom touch you?
Or was it Jerry?
It was Jerry.
Well, then tell him to stop by, because I ain't seen him in years.
He hasn't touched me in a long time.
If he's only stopping by to touch you, I am jelly. You goddamn right. Call me Big Jason.
Jerry got me jelly.
Call me Big Jason, he said.
Goddamn right.
Do you guys want me to go first? I am good at that.
Okay. That's what she said.
I think...
Dude, the whole world is gay, you know?
Yeah.
I think I've had this one on the show before. I just want to say that off the top. I think I have.
Off the tippy?
But I don't know, because by the looks of the box that I bought it from, it looked new. So it could just be a new box. But it could be
things off the way the box looks.
Oh no, you can't yet, rookie.
I always do. I get a look at the box and then I make a determination. This is from Rogue Brewing.
Sometimes the outside of the box could be an absolute mess, but when you get inside the box, it could be like some of the best.
Cozy. Yeah, cozy, comfy. This one is from Rogue Brewing. It is brewed in Oregon. It established in 1988.
Did
this
we have
one
a
is
comment that said, "Where is Rogue Brewing from?" Or why can't we just keep moving?
No,
Bat Squatch.
We've had Bat Squatch for sure, because I put that on the image.
Okay, good. So then, yeah, we've had this one before. It's Bat Squatch. I don't need to explain.
I know
anymore.
We have.
It's a hazy IPA.
Wait, who did the artwork for the can? Can you do some research and let us know? And where's his hometown?
Rumor has it that Bat Squatch lives deep within the woods of Mount St. Helens.
Oh, good. Trox, what do you got?
Hold on. This tale's details are hazy, making the truth such a juicy mystery. That's good. And this one is on the star of hops between tropical malt, bitter, pine, and citrus. This one lands heavily in the tropical and the citrus department. Not so much in the malt, and about the same amount of bitter and pine. That's actually a really cool little thing that they do there. I actually do really like that. Shout out Bat Squatch.
I'm over here. You bored me so much. I'm changing the direction of my candle so it melts better. Like that's how boring you just made me for 30 seconds.
I thought that was actually really cool.
I think Rogue does a really good job of making the star on all their beers like filled very.
Rogue art is amazing. Yeah, I love it. They do great. They do great.
Well, good job, Cotton. Can we try and hear it? Can you? Open
I'll try it. Here, let's give it a shot. Crack.
Kind of more of a beer than normal.
It would have been better if you would have shut your stupid mouth. You ruined it.
Did it? And see, that'd be funny if that is the one that actually like hits and you can hear it, but I'm yelling crack over it. I kind of figured that would be the case if I decided to do that, but I live in the moment. You know what I mean? I do things. Do things as they happen, and I'm here ready for it. Go ahead.
Well, what you do is you can use your desk knife to carve the side of the candle so it all kind of like. Never mind.
No, we're with you. This can's dope, boys. This is from Drecker Brewing Company, which I don't know that. Have you ever had a beer from these guys, Jay? I've never seen this brewery.
I've never heard of it. Let me see the logo.
It doesn't sound familiar. No.
Drecker Brewery. All right, I'm gonna look it up, see if they do a pumpkin.
Never heard of them before. They're in Fargo, Nodak. Fargo, North Dakota. Pretty cool fucking artwork. Look at this can, boys. You know what this reminds me of? Let me see if I can.
Reminds me of that cartoon Rat Fink.
Okay. You know what I was gonna say is it reminds me of the Beavis and Butthead movie, the Rob Zombie cartoon inside there.
Kinda, I remember that.
So this is called a Juicler Double IPA. There's not a bunch of nonsense on here for me to read, but Jay, this is really fucking cool and goes back to what you were just saying on Cotton's beer. This one has, for the first time ever, I might add, who the artwork did written on the can. God,
I was actually looking for that on mine when you said that. I was
it's like, blurry, but it's dope that they give him props.
Can you read it to us? Yeah, it's too blurry.
It's not better as you get closer.
God damn it! Sorry, sorry for the watching audience. I really blew that off the hinges. It says artwork by punchgut.com. Punch punchgut.com. So that's pretty fucking cool that they did that. This is a double IPA. It doesn't even say how high in octane it is, so I assume it's probably going to be blast off time.
Just go get blasted.
Oh, here we go. It's an 8%er. Let's check.
Do
this
you
out.
go ahead. No, open it. Let's hear it.
Crack.
All the way through. Do you have access to that brewery out there then, or just you found that randomly? Because they do a pumpkin. I just looked up.
I found this randomly at the place that I was at last week that you guys were clowning me for the Props Light. This was one of the beers I got from them.
Well, because that was the dumbest thing you've ever had, but this beer looks good. I'll go right back to the circus if you want to get clowned on that. I don't give a fuck.
Get clowny, bitch.
Well, boys, I'm very excited about this.
9:46, bitch.
Post back surgery, I have finally been off of narcotics for 2 days, and I'm so excited. I think I'm withdrawing, and it's been horrible. But it is time. I'm going to have a delicious. I bought 2 extras of the barrel-aged Ghoul Fuels. This beer is brewed like 5 years ago and sat in brandy barrels rum barrels. I bought 3 this past season. I only put 1 on the wall. I saved 2, so I've got a nice, delicious pumpkin brew for what is this? Almost June. But this is my post-surgery, and I'm very excited about this. This is an 8.9, so definitely gonna be a little blasty. I've had it before, but it is so fucking delicious, and I'm so excited to drink this with you, Big Trox, Troxy Cotton, and the Shitheads.
I'm very excited that you're going to be having a beer, and I'm very excited that, you know, what kind of beer it is, because you know what we've always said about you on this podcast.
On this podcast, we hail to the Pumpkin King.
Goddamn right. No, I knew tonight had to be special, boys, and that's what, not because of you, because of me. I earned this. You guys didn't do shit. This is special for me. Okay. That's like when, never mind.
Foot swell, boy. Keep it that way.
Yeah. Gonna go so deep.
I just realized I'm not allowed to hit that button anymore.
That's true. That is back to gone. But you guys, thank you for being here. My name is JDirty. I got Big Trox, Troxy Cotton. We are Big Dirty Cotton. You are here on season 13 of Scrub Pop Talk. Thank you. Like, share, subscribe, tell your motherfucking friends, neighbors, and otherwise bitches you're fucking. We love you.
Look at all the rocks in my beer.
Your beer looks thick.
Hey, careful, man. There's a beverage here, huh?
That is
so like
that's a tasty brew.
When they put
rocks,
when they put beer in a barrel, do they put the carbonation in it before that or after?
No,
I believe they brew it, then they store it in there, and then when they put it in bottles, there's some chemical, because I learned about that because we didn't do it for ours. That's why we had to tell everyone, drink this in like 2 weeks or else it won't be good anymore. Yeah. Some sugar powder or whatever it is that adds that comes after, from what I learned. Yes,
interesting.
From what I learned, I just don't know what it's called, because
that's what I would think, is that like the carbonation is like the last step of it, because you wouldn't want to you wouldn't want to have it sitting there like that for a long time.
It's flat when you make it, kind of, at least when we did it. By the time it like sat and we put it in the bottles, it looked pretty flat to me. Mm-hmm. But again, I've only done this once, and that was back in 2018. Somehow that was 7 fucking years ago.
That's insane.
I know.
Typically, so thanks to artificial intelligence, I can get you a quick answer on this. Beer is typically carbonated after fermentation is complete, just before packaging, bottling, or kegging. This can be done through natural carbonation, re-fermenting in the bottle with added sugar, or forced carbonation using a CO2 tank and regulator to dissolve CO2 into the beer. Interesting.
Okay.
So it says forced carbonation is usually uses a CO2 tank and regulator to inject CO2 gas into the beer, usually after it's been cooled and transferred into a keg. Interesting.
Does it say anything about tanks of nitrous oxide and whether or not those are safe to do?
So I talked to one of my buddies about going to the gathering and setting up shop. He's like, "Oh yeah, we got a big baller tank. So since we have power, we can bring tanks." And it took me about 10 minutes. He goes, "I'm tripling my income this year." And then I realized, "Oh, you're
talking about balloons of nitrous oxide?"
Yeah. I was like, "Dude, I'm selling CDs."
According to AI, nitrous oxide, commonly known as laughing gas. I don't know if we can put this out on the air. This might.
You gotta Google how to make a bomb on your own time.
I mean, we're not talking about making bombs. We're talking about
it is
doing
risky.
drugs.
It's very risky. It says right
do
here it carries significant risks when you misuse it. So
don't off nitrous. Yeah,
you don't
leave it in.
Not leaving it in. Don't huff nitrous oxide.
Well, you got to.
You know what happens? You know what happens when you huff nitrous oxide? The kind of kids you have. Tell them,
Cotton. You have kids, and it doesn't matter whether it's.
You're starting a problem, my guy.
Let's just say they could easily be a golden ticket winner on Kill Tony or part of Die Antwoord's video team.
I'm doing this for my son.
We can't talk about Diane Ward. Diane Ward's canceled. We would be better off talking about nitrous oxide.
What's up, Ninja?
Thank you. That is what I would like to. I want to take hard right now. Now I texted you guys. Yes, I texted you guys last week about a topic that I wanted to get into tonight. If you could indulge me for a couple minutes,
and it wasn't nitrous oxide.
It is not nitrous. It kind of, I mean, it might be tangential. The topic that I wanted to talk about
keep going.
is
it means next to.
Yeah. I wanted to go a little bit into late era Insane Clown Posse and Twiztid. Now, JDirty, is this a topic that you can indulge me on for a couple minutes?
Not sure if I'm familiar with the works, but I can try.
Now,
all I know is I would like to get a response from one of those camps because
about what?
I'm waiting on a response. Trying to get signed. No,
right?
You know about the response I'm waiting on. We talked about it today.
You got better luck getting signed by Ouija Max label at this point, bud.
That's right. Chapter 17.
Chapter 17, baby.
All right, go ahead.
So what I recently did for those of you in the audience, and Jay, you'll probably appreciate this because I don't know if you do shit like this regularly, but you know how I like to go.
I'm pretty sure I'm not cutting you off. I won't bury your lead, but I am almost guaranteeing I know exactly where we're going with this.
Good.
And
I hope you do.
Yes, and I just want to say when you texted me that, I didn't even respond because I'm like, oh, I know exactly what you're saying. I know exactly where you're at, and I'm ready. So I'm choking on my spit.
Heard that before.
Exactly. Yeah, no, keep going, and I'm ready to. I'm ready.
I know. So
I added nothing for 8 seconds there.
What I did recently, as we've discussed off the air, we got a little bit of time to just dive deep into things that I may not have had time for in the last decade or so. I went through all of the second deck of the Insane Clown Posse Joker's cards, listened to them all in order. And then immediately when I finished that, I went through all of Twiztid's albums that they've released since they went on MNE, because I figured that is a good kind of side-by-side comparison of the two camps of like what they've done since the break. Now, obviously, Twiztid was still around on the second Joker's card of the second.
They were still around through Bang Pow Boom, I believe.
Through Death Pop, because they were on one of the sideshows on Death Pop. So they were on the
you're right.
one.
See, I fuck them up. I was thinking that they were reverse order, but you're right.
So I put together a little visual aid for us today that I think would help Cotton, because he probably doesn't really know exactly what we're talking about here. But
no,
this Troxy Cotton is the second deck of the ICP's Joker's card series that they've been doing basically since 1991, when they dropped Carnival of Carnage, and they did the first 6 Joker's cards. Then they released an album called The Calm, and then they were like, well, I guess we got to get back into Joker's cards because this is what we're known for, and this is how we're gonna continue things. So we're gonna do another 6 Joker's cards.
Okay,
Go
so
ahead.
forgive my ignorance. Is the top?
I want questions.
Is the top left post Bang Pow Boom, or is that Bang Pow Boom?
The top left is Bang Pow Boom.
Okay,
it's just like collection kind of picture. But yeah,
gotcha.
Bang Pow Boom was released towards the end of 2009.
And that was the new era of the next deck of Joker cards.
Correct. That was the second deck of Joker's cards. Then they went into Mighty Death Pop, is this the second one here in the middle and the top.
I remember that.
That one, like Jay was kind of saying before, that was when that album dropped. After that was when the whole label kind of exploded.
Sure. Like a month after that came out, because that dropped at the Gathering, and it was like right after the Gathering, everything went down. By October, Psychopathic was done.
Yeah, that dropped in August of 2012, which also JDirty was the Gathering that you and I played together, which had my all access pass right there. That is the Gathering that we played, and we rocked some very fresh times at the Mighty Death Pop Gathering.
Very true.
Then they went into the top right here, which was the Marvelous Missing Link era. This was the first album was called Lost. Now, Cotton, something that you'll really appreciate about this album era specifically was top that right, our boy top right and bottom left. So this is the Marvelous Missing Link era. The top right is Lost, bottom left is Found. The top right was produced mostly
and bottom left
But yeah, almost entirely by longtime friend of the show, Young Wicked.
Friend of the show, one of my best friends.
Exactly.
It's your best friend, and he did this when you guys were like really in the formative years of your friendship.
That was when we were like getting to really like get to the deep stuff. Yeah.
He not only produced these albums, but you can hear his voice and his fingerprints on almost every song. Like he does
every track.
Most of the hooks, most of like all the skits. He's on
first,
everything.
though, it kind of is annoying. He got the Lake Diamond treatment in a way
100%.
as far as vocally, but he's all over him. It was kind of the not fuck Twiztid, but like, okay, they left sort of fuck Twiztid without saying it boldly era.
Yeah.
We're going to make Otis shine now.
Yeah.
And he's all over
They
it.
gave
Otis,
him the legs diamond treatment. He was for sure.
What is the name of the group that he was in at that same time?
That would be
Killjoy Club.
Oh,
Killjoy Club.
Thank you.
No. I was thinking Killjoy Club because I remember it was around that same time that album came out, and that was also. It felt like just an Otis album that had, like 3 6
ICP
on
and
it,
3 6
and,
members on it,
and ICP on it. I was like, all right,
many argue
crazy.
he's not even was never in the group since he's not on the cover and any of that. But I'm like, he's all over that fucking record.
That thing sounds like
the whole thing.
Yeah, it sounds like him. Like the entire thing sounds like something he made.
So what's crazy is, I don't know, sorry, but I was going to say, so
Please,
those two eras, top right, bottom left, we're embracing Otis. Now between bottom left and middle bottom row, Otis left Psychopathic.
Yes.
Otis joined Magic Ninja. You look at the difference of those two Joker's cards. One's all white and friendly. The next one's fucking mad. The theme of Fearless Fred Fury, which I actually did get to play one of the official release parties for that record, so that was dope as fuck. Shouts out Rude Boy. But anyway, Fearless Fred Fury was literally what I call the fuck Otis record. Yes. Like that, like it was. There's a lot of fucking things in there that's like, and Jay even said, "What everything we went through. Now I'm angry. We're fighting back." Otis inspired top right, bottom left in a positive way, and inspired the bottom middle in a very negative way. It's crazy as fuck to me. The huge difference. Go ahead, John.
And so that's exactly what I was going to say, Jay. So like if you listen to Bang Pow Boom and Mighty Death Pop, they sound kind of tonally similar.
Fun. They're riddle boxy.
They're fun. Yes, thank you. They're fun. They're like kind of upbeat records. They're a good time. Then you get into Marvelous Missing Link Lost, and it's dark and it's like wicked shit, and it's probably my favorite out of these, just in terms of the number of like banger ass songs like Flamethrower and Fuck Your Rebel, but it's not even called Fuck Your Rebel Fly. I need to get the track titles in front of me. So
I know. Yeah, that was easy. I know what you're talking about. The redneck song.
Yes, there's so many bangers on that. And then it goes into the Found record, which I would probably argue is my least favorite because it is all like the majority of like happy, friendly songs.
It's kind of like they did Shangri-La and Hell's Pit again in a weird way.
Yeah.
Like they tried to do that contrast with those two for sure.
Yes. And so it was like, but it was still in that similar kind of like Otis feel. And then it is the biggest tonal shift from one album to another when they go from the bottom left to the middle on the bottom, from going to Found to Fearless Fred Fury. Fearless Fred Fury is like an angry fucking violent record. And it was the first one from this Joker's Card series that kind of like I didn't really listen to it very much when it came out, because after I heard it the first time I was like, man, this was, and I was big time in the like Otis is my boy camp, and so I was like, well, this record sounds very anti my boy, and so it was not my favorite, right?
Agreed. Well, not agreed, but I know what you're saying.
I have since, obviously I went back and listened to it when I did this exercise. I've listened to it. Jay, you sent me the vinyl record, so I listened to that when I received it. I've listened to Fearless Fred Fury probably 5 times in the last year.
Oh,
great
record.
Right, yeah, great record. But it's not even in my top 3 out of what we're looking at here. But then I feel like they went into Yum Yum Bedlam, which is the bottom right here.
Listened to that one. I believe we did a rundown of that one last year.
I was like, that's the one that I know. I don't think I listened to all of Fearless Fred Fury. I'm pretty sure I listened to the Lost and Found ones and the other two. But I know I listened to Yum Yum Bedlam because I know we
and Yum Yum Bedlam, that was about 3 years ago, Jay. We said last year, that was about 3 years ago.
That's crazy.
Did I say last year? Well, last year, the final... So each of the little plants coming out of the vase had their own CD that came with it. So I guess about a year ago, that whole... All 4 records of that card came out. So I guess when I say last year, that's fair. The whole Joker's card came out 3 years ago, but those took a while to all drop. But I dig them all. But
I do too.
They're definitely different.
But especially going back and listening to them in a row, and just like I haven't done that since Yum Yum Bedlam came out. That I just went and listened to Bang Pow Boom through Yum Yum Bedlam in a row, and it was really fun and enjoyable. And the thing that my biggest takeaway was, it all felt like the Clowns. The whole time, I felt like I was listening to ICP. There wasn't one time where I was like, "Fuck is this?"
Oh, okay, I didn't know this was going to be your take, but that's funny. Okay,
this is weird.
Let's go to M&E.
Right. So, but the only thing I want to leave this with before I get off of ICP is
the fact that you can't see the chain through the mask. I fucking hated it since the very beginning. Like I have hated it forever. Sorry, is that what you're going to say? The graphic designer in me is like, "Where's the fucking chain, bro?"
Let's get Gary Arnett back on the show.
It drives me nuts.
No, what I was going to bring up was that I read online that several people, and I can't find where they're saying Jay referenced this, but they're saying that Violent J, who is from the Insane Clown Posse, for those of you who are uninitiated out there, said that the 6 Joker's card is just going to be called the Wraith again because they're all the Wraith.
No.
And I read that in 2 different Reddit threads.
No. It comes out at the gathering this year. It's called the Knot. And it's like the word naughty without the Y. Not like that. NAUGHT. I just saw an interview like a week ago that ICP did at Rockfest or Sound. They're doing a lot of these like rock and roll like big festivals that they always said they wouldn't, but they're doing a lot of those. And they did an interview at one of those like a week ago. They said the second 6 drops at the gathering this year, and it's called the Knot. So apparently it's done. It's ready. It's not going to be called the Wraith. I think Juggalos would literally lose their shit if they just called it the Wraith again. I would. I'd be pissed. I don't think that would.
Well, but have you seen that? Am I the only person?
No, I've never heard of that until right now.
I saw that in 2 different Reddit threads, and maybe it was the same group of Juggalos.
Well, yeah, maybe, but no, I've never.
They were like, yeah, Jay has said in different interviews that it's always going to end with the Wraith. And
he's never said that. They're wrong. I didn't say
it's misguided.
Wrong. I edited myself. But I've watched every wrestling interview they've done. Or Jay's done. I watch everything. You know me.
Yeah,
like everything.
I agree.
I watched a Malenko interview last week because I was bored.
I just want to ask a question.
Go ahead.
7 inches. If you count it twice.
Impressive.
If you count it twice.
It's like a track. You got to go to the first tip and then all the way back, and then it's done.
Bang Pow Boom had magnets on it, right?
Well, the song's called Miracles.
Oh, you mean Miracles?
Miracles. Gotcha. It's called Magnets. Okay, cool. It's called Magnets.
The song that made it possible for all these to keep happening and kind of in a mainstream way, yeah.
Fucking Magnets.
The song that got him on SNL, yeah.
Fucking Magnets.
It's a good song. Even when I went back and listened to the whole thing again, I really loved it. And Bang Pow Boom, bar for bar, has some of the best ICP songs of this entire run. Like there are
Predators, the greatest song of all of these. Everything on the screen.
100%.
That's my favorite ICP song of the second generation.
To Catch a Predator is the best song by far out of all 6 of these.
I love that song. It got me into the show. It got me into Stop and Predatoring. Like I am down. I am down.
So now what I want to take us into. So this was ICP. So this was
I needed the influence to want to stop predatoring.
I just wanted to say predatoring.
6 major releases since 2009, right? Was that 09 was what I said?
09.
09 was Babe Pablo.
Fred Fury had a full length with it. Flip the Rat was an entire full length record. So technically, it's been 7 full lengths.
I just mean the Joker's cards, because there have been they've had 3-Headed Monster. They've done
but you did say full length. So I was say Flip the Rat. Although it's kind of like an EP, it's 16 tracks. Like it's got some bangers on it.
I mean, if you look at Death Pop, Death Pop had like 6 full length records with it. You know what I mean? Like
yeah, 100%. And by the way, can I just say anything on the screen right now is absolutely currently available through me with free shipping, and I have copies of all of this, and I'll do bundle pricing. I got the nuclear edition. I got the
now. You know what? You know what else you got, JDirty? You got everything on this screen as well that I think
probably.
We need to talk about. This is everything the major Twiztid releases since. The Darkness is the top left. This is the first studio album they put out, all in 2015. So this is just 10 years worth.
It's missing A New Nightmare.
No, because A New Nightmare was not on M&E. A New Nightmare was technically Twiztid.
No, that's true. But you said since they left, so you just mean okay.
I'm sorry. I apologize. In our text,
I can argue.
M&E Twiztid is what I meant.
Okay. So I feel like you're even missing something. Did you make this or did you Google this?
I made this. Based on. I
feel like something's missing though. Is that it?
If you can call me out on something, I would appreciate it.
Not a call out. Just like I feel like I got more over there. Keep going.
Now, but this is what I wanted to talk about, because when I think about my, just thinking back on the last 15 years of being a Juggalo and what all these albums have meant to me, I have really felt like I've been more into the output that Twiztid has put out since they left. And when I went back and went through all of these records, it took me quite a bit to put together as much good content as I did from those 6 ICP records. And I didn't know if you felt the same way as I do here on
so
this
you're
game.
saying you like
I have some
this... I want to understand. You said you like these 8 more than the clown ones, but you took away more from the clown ones than these, is what you're saying?
What I'm saying is that in my mind, what I've always thought is like, the new Twiztid has always been fucking great. Everything that they put out has just been consistently better than what's been coming out of Psychopathic. And when I went back and listened to all 8 of these records back to back to back to back, I was more surprised about the volume of songs that I was like, whoa, this is not necessarily the Twiztid that I have come to know and love for the last 30 years that I've been a fan of their music.
I feel you. I don't know. That's hard for me because literally, other than...
I have more exhibits. Continue.
Other than the 2 rock records, I love the other 6 records, and I probably know every word to them. Now, Darkness was amazing because Darkness was Twiztid's answer to everybody's criticism about them going off on their own. They addressed things very specifically. I loved it. Twiztid has put out so much more than like MNE has this year alone. MNE has put out 28 physical CDs in 2025 so far.
That's incredible.
Be it VIP or variants or whatever, 28 different pieces of audio have come out in 2025.
Incredible.
From MNE.
I need all that, bro.
And I have all that, bro. I'm missing one.
Let me ask about that album. Is
which
that
one? The Darkness?
The Darkness. Is that down here? Is
that
on there? Okay.
Yes.
And extension cords on there? Or is that the
no,
one
that's
before?
on that's Abomination.
No, extension cords was Psychopathic.
Oh, okay.
That was the last Psychopathic.
MNE has re-released Abominations 3 times in the last 11 years, different variants.
That's the era of Twiztid that I am the most familiar with. Was Abominations, and then what they did in between, which I knew Nightmare. That's what you guys just said. And then the Darkness, and then I did listen to Continuous Evolution, and then after that was when I was like, I feel like I fell off a little bit more. I think I listened to Generation Nightmare, but that wasn't a rock record, was it?
Well,
no, Generation Nightmare had some rocky songs on it, but it was an awesome Twiztid record.
I love it. I absolutely
just hate the
it.
logo. I hate the skull and flame. Like, I don't like that. It's like we're
lightning
not in
bolts.
a fucking Harley Davidson book club.
It looks like a Metallica record.
So Jay, what I ended up doing was you were in my head the entire time I was doing this exercise as I was listening through all the
It takes me a while to finish. I'm sorry.
But it was fucking weird because as I'm listening to each record, I'm like I'm forgetting how some of the transitions would go from like this is a rap song into like this is a metal song almost.
Twiztid and M&E they don't transition.
No. And
No.
that is really what I took away from a lot of this is that ICP, all those 6 Joker cards, those 6 albums sounded like ICP records. You could put one song, any one of those songs, it would sound like an ICP song. A lot of these Twiztid songs all of a sudden didn't sound like Twiztid songs. And they are a band that I feel like they could just release one album to the next and not sound like the same band, which is really fucking weird considering they also do all of these other side projects like Triple Threat, like Rydas, like East Side Ninjas, all these other things where they HOK, where they have a specific sound of like, this is what we're doing for this album. But on Twiztid, they go in and out and up and down and change direction. And it's not so what I did here was I put together a couple graphs for you guys to look at. You know I love my graphs.
Let's do it.
Look at this. So this is the first 4 records of this. The dark blue is rap songs, and the green, Jay's favorite green that Monoxide likes to wear, those are the rock songs. And
he does wear that dumb green.
My definition here is like the rock. Jay, you know what rock Twiztid I mean? Is like it comes in like heavy guitars and heavy drums, and it's like them kind of screaming. Even if there's some rap on the song, I still consider that a rock track. If there's like,
I skip rock Twiztid songs to this day on these records. The rock song comes on continuous, I skip it. I've heard it the first 5 times, but 3 on rock songs maybe. But like, I'm with you.
But you're looking at the darkness. It's all rap and skits. A lot of skits on the darkness.
That's too many skits.
It's the most skits they've done on any of these albums was on the darkness. It was a lot of skits.
I like that album, I must say.
But then if you look, the next album was Continuous Evolution. A quarter of that album was their rock songs, which was a strange kind of departure. What were you going to say?
And I remember not liking those rock songs as much.
ICP, the whole time Twiztid was there, Twiztid always talked about they don't want us to branch out. We can't make a bong with Twiztid on it because that makes us a drug band. We can't do this because of that. We can't tour while ICP's touring and, all these weird stipulations. When they left, it was so they could do their own shit their own way. They have done that. So to me, Twiztid's like, hey, sadly, we're trying to we want everybody to notice us.
Yeah.
And kind of in a desperation way with some of these rock things and the Warped Tour and things like that. And the green mask, where ICP is like, hey, granted, we're not maybe going to change as much, but we're going to do our shit the same way. It's faltering a little. Maybe they should change to change, but they're staying relevant-ish. But being on all these, they're bigger now than they were when we followed them as teenagers. For fucking sure, as far as the mainstream acceptance, and they're just sticking to it. Where Twiztid wants mainstream acceptance desperately, and they're trying. Let's do a children's audio book. Let's fucking go over here and do Pixar. Let's do a fucking porno where we're with Wolfpack.
I would agree with you, and that's why the next slide,
which is fine.
Because like this one, it feels like they're going in a direction, right? It's like a quarter of the album is rock on Continuous Evolution. A quarter of the album is rock and skits on Generation Nightmare. I would argue that those 2 albums are probably my favorite out of all of them. Like, I love Continuous Evolution and Generation Nightmare.
I love all 4 of these.
I do too. I love all of them. But then if you go to my next slide here, and you see Revelation is 100% their rap shit. There is not a single rock song on all of Revelation. It's all Twiztid rap shit. The next album literally is a different fucking band. And that's why to me it's weird. And it was when I did this exercise that I saw that I was like, whoa, they went from the Twiztid that I've known for the last 30 years into a completely different band. Now they're like a rock band with mostly screamo tracks, and like there's almost no rap on Unlikely Prescription.
Right.
It's
right.
I listened to the whole thing again. That was probably my third time hearing it, and I got through it, but there wasn't a single time on there that I was like, oh, I'm going to go back and listen to Corkscrew again. You know what I mean?
Right.
Like,
my thought here too is if you put all these up, the difference here is the timing, because ICP's records are all like years in between them.
Yeah.
Revelation, Unlikely Prescription was probably 9 months in between each other, and Glyph came out 3 months later. Like, if you don't like the product they just put out, they're about to put out another. Welcome to Your Funeral. That was too rocky. Well, we sandwiched it in between Chainsmoker 2 and 2 awesome full rap Madrox solo
records. And by the way, and we also just gave you a fucking amazing horrorcore record in 31.
You got House of Crazies. Yeah, like they do all these things.
I'm not trying to complain at all about what M&E is doing.
I
and
know that.
I love everything that M&E is doing 100 times more than I like what Psychopathic has done in that same amount of time.
But my point is
Twiztid is all over the fucking place.
But my point too is if Unlikely Prescription sat there as their latest release for 2 years, that would make them, they've changed to a rock group. But if it's only been there for 10 weeks and then this new shit comes out, then Twiztid, they did their rock record, now they're doing rap, now they're doing rock. Like, they're known for this bounce, they do whatever. Where the Clowns, it would be like, why the fuck did they do that? They haven't put out a CD since 2021 and it was rock. I'm out.
But I think that's last 4 records that I feel like were the most drastic, kind of like all rap, all super rock. Like, if you're not into rock Twiztid, you're not going to like Unlikely Prescription.
And it's new age rock too, not like they used to do.
No,
because they were going to do an album called Black Magic back in 2003 or something, and it was going to be a rock Twiztid, and I was so excited. I couldn't believe they were going to do that. It was going to revolutionize shit. And never came out, and now it came out now, and I'm like, oh, this shit fucking sucks.
I know. And so this was the last one. This was just the discography of those 8. And it's 32% rock and 62% rap. And that, to me, if this was the graph that we were looking at, like if this was every album, I feel like this would make a lot of sense for them as a band. Like if they were weaving this into every record. But when we see this shit, it's difficult confusing for me as a fan, because I didn't want to spend the extra money or time checking out Unlikely Prescription or Welcome to Your Funeral by themselves, because they're not necessarily the Twiztid that I want to hear, whereas I would like the other 6 records. So getting a little bit of that balance feels nice. Like this to me represents, like, this is what I'd love to see from Twiztid.
I want to take a second.
Yeah, do it.
On the live show, we were talking about Big Trox having a newborn.
Yeah,
and
he doesn't have enough time.
He spent
so
much time making graphs and pie charts.
Have you ever sat holding? Have you ever sat holding a 2-week-old child for like 12 hours because they don't allow you to put them down? And you're like, well, what am I going to do next? Play on the next album.
I guess I'm going to make some fucking pie charts.
I can't fucking move.
I like how that was your takeaway. You didn't add anything. Shut up.
I would like to know
of the entire thing. I'm just like, that's
you could have added anything, and it was you were just waiting for that.
because I'm just thinking about Big Trox sitting there being like, well, what do I do now?
Listen, I would like to know, and Mayhem will back me up on this. The entire time I was building this slide presentation, the baby was sitting on my lap the whole time.
I just want to say what's also crazy here is that this is just what has come under as solo Twiztid. So back to, you saw that ICP chart was everything. Again, I talked about the EPs, but like for the most part,
the Joker's cards, just the major releases, just the things.
Even
that,
solo records, EPs, and side projects add 10 more to ICP. Maybe 12 more to ICPs. You can add 40 to Twiztids. It's crazy.
100%. So this right here I'm going to share my screen on this one. This was one of the resources that I used when I was putting this all together. This is what they classify as Insane Clown Posse's full-length albums. And if you look from Bang Pow Boom to Yum Yum Bedlam, that's what I included. So
I love how it shows the most recent version of Carnival of Carnage to be released possible as the picture for the 1992 record.
Right.
I got 85 different variants. To use that one. God.
Hit them up.
Can I have this? Can Squarespace get me into this too? I'm changing shit. Sick of this shit.
Let's not pull the curtain back too far and let them know who makes our websites.
I don't give a fuck. Yeah, no, it's crazy to me to think because Psychopathic has put out since Twiztid left, if they've put out 30 things even with singles and stuff like that, M&E's put out 75.
M&E's done that this year.
Maybe 100. It's crazy.
M&E has had like all the crew releases and like all. Twiztid has been on so many goddamn things. We just talked about on last week's episode that they're doing the new Dark Lotus. Like they do not stop, and I love it. I love it all. HOK. I was listening to the HOK record before you joined the stream tonight, Jay. When Cotton got on, it was just the two of us. I was listening to fucking 31 because
good record.
I love everything that these boys have put out in the last 10 years. It's the shit. But when I look at this list.
Yeah,
I have a hard time with it because it doesn't feel like the same band. It does not feel like I'm listening to Twiztid every time. Whereas if I go into any House of Crazy's record, I feel like I'm listening to House of Crazy's record. You know what I'm saying?
No, I feel the clown stayed way truer to their sound.
Give me a band called Twiztid Metal.
Okay. Listen up, guys. I think
you make a point. I appreciate it.
We've done this enough for tonight. This has been like we've made it to where we're not going to be.
Did you see the poop splotches?
We're not going to be able to do other segments that we would normally do. Now
we're not doing any other segments tonight.
Well, we have to get right to a song because we've been doing this for too long now. So other segments. I think this was a good segment that you put together. I'm not giving you a hard time. I want you to have your accolades. I do also think that it's gone on enough.
We did start this with "Can I indulge you for a few minutes?" and we've been here. For
you were like, "Hey, look, you guys want to talk about this for a couple minutes?"
You start talking. You asked me about this stuff, Cotton. I get excited.
Listen,
okay. I had everything you just saw on the screen for sale. Also, hit me up.
You guys indulged me. Thank you very much.
This was the main takeaway from all that is hit up JDirty for merch. And
anything
albums,
we discussed tonight, I got for sale, free shipping. I do bundle pricing. Hit me up.
This was more fun than I thought it was going to be, and thank you to the Juggalos out there that are listening and watching. And I just want to say, Jamie, Paul, Joseph, and Joey. We love you guys. Okay.
Yeah, you know what? I don't even listen to all of your guys' stuff, but I still love you. I still think what you did was cool.
I love them so much. I don't listen to new music like you guys. I'm stuck with this. All right.
I think keep on doing it. I think you guys should keep it like going and keep it together.
When I see Jay at the gathering this year, we'll talk about this. We'll get him on the show. I'm gonna
tell him I made graphs. Ask him if he wants me to make any more graphs about his stuff. I can
ask him how he feels about pie charts.
Yeah,
right. What do you know about pie? You had me at pie. Right.
Bring us to the song. I have to pee. This is ridiculous. My pee is going to be so big. The pee that I have to pee.
It's going to come out as urine, not even.
It's going to be big.
It's going to be a big pee. It's a lot of pee that has to come out of me.
You're usually in a big pee.
I
don't know. I'm not doing any more production work for this show.
Come on, guys.
Right, do you guys want to get into this?
Come on, guys. No thanks.
Do the song. I have to pee. I'm gonna just leave. I'll let you do the song. I'm gonna pee.
Don't leave again
tonight.
You're gonna leave again?
The pee is really coming on.
What we have tonight,
baby boo,
is a song. Now, this song is called
Waterfalls by TLC.
What's the song called? It's Waterfalls by TLC. No,
don't go waiting to drain your dick.
I seen a rainbow.
Go do it right now so that you don't go and piss your pants.
Oh my God, I might. You got to hurry up.
No, I'm not seeing it here all of a sudden. I feel like it got deleted. Did it get deleted? Yeah, that was fun.
He always goes.
No, it seriously is gone. Where the fuck is Wash Your Hands? Tonight's song is Wash Your Hands. JDirty.
Wash Your Hands off of
Where-
Employees Must Wash Hands Before Returning to Work, featuring Mac Lethal and Muck Sticky right here on episode 241 of Scrub Hop Talk. Also available on Twitter, Grifter, and Grinder. We'll see you guys in about 4 minutes, and we'll talk about how dope this video was. Shouts.
You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands.
It's JDirty and Muck Sticky, and you know we ripping troops. And to us, this is work. We wash our hands before we hit the booth. Constant maintenance is something people need to understand. The world is fucking gross, that's why you should always wash your hands. And the rule was designed and especially goes for giving daps at the show, Juggalos to the dude bros. And not to be a dick, I'm glad you bought some merch, but your tits are soaked with sweat, dude. I can see them through your shirt. And that's why the fist bump is such an awesome invention. Treat the guy that made it up like president. And so we can still connect whenever really getting too close. I can't touch your fingers, your picture back, your face, your nut, your nose. I can see you from the stage in the crowd, you the man. I 100% appreciate you as a true fan. And hell yeah, in a picture, I'll sit on your nightstand. It's not you, it's me, but we will never touch hands.
You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands.
Yo, you gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work, and then put on your underpants and perform for Soda Jerk. See friends, breathe in. We gon' have a party every weekend, but don't shake my hand without a deep cleanse. Use a little dial soap, I prefer the orange bar. Sanitize before you work with them like they're a porn star. Sitting at the hottie club, get her drunk and ask her if she's got a tub with a big bottle that's full of body scrub. Violet, such a vibrant thing. Mac Lethal piss a giant stream, call it the Irish Spring, where I was baptized. Damn, I rap spiritual, and every single syllable is antibacterial. Germ X perplex, probably I'm the crazy type. If I'm out of water, fucking scrub me with some baby wipes. So dude, stop picking at your dick sores. Clean the bathroom and wash your hands. It's 3 p.m. Sign the clipboard.
You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. You gotta wash your fucking hands before you go to work. So please wash your fucking hands.
So you wanna learn it step by step, but sure you do it properly. Then listen up or study the inside manual properly. You're gonna need soap, water, and a roll of paper towels. I'm here to teach you all. The class begins right now. First you get your hands wet with some hot H2O. Of course, liquid soap is the only way to go. Now be sure to lather, rub, and count to 15, and back to the water till you're sure your friend's clean. And then you grab the towels that you place aside carefully. I got myself a holder, so I know they're always there for me. Once dry, use it on the taps and you swell. Use it on the door, shoot the towel, and if you miss it, oh well. Now I'm glad you took my class, but soon it will be finished. If you've learned anything, the bar of soap is now diminished. And this is not a gimmick, see, I really give a fuck. But now my time is up, so I'ma pass it off to Muck.
Now I don't know about you folks, but I'm to stay healthy. Borderline germophobic, open doors with my pinky finger. Put my shirt collar over my nose. When I use a public toilet, germ X in my pocket. Suck it to me, baby, you're a really pretty lady upstairs, but do you keep it clean down in the basement? Is the belly button lint hidden in your butt crack? If I see a sign of sloppy hygiene, I'll never tap that. I throw crazy concerts, and it seems like at almost every one, women take off their shirts, but I'm only down to boogie. If you scrub away the smelly and you daily bathe your rookie and shave him, I know I misbehaving, but it's 'cause I know you need to take your dildo
Trox Peloton dads are in the building.
It's hard to get a shout out. It's not easy. Peloton dads are in
It's
the
hard
building.
to get a shout out.
You know what I'm saying? Big Trox, Peloton dads in the building. This is what, okay, for anybody.
Is this what we're doing now?
I don't want to pull the curtain back. I don't want to pull the curtain back too far. But we were like,
I love a gay following.
We were doing some behind the scenes stuff before we came back from the song. You know what I mean? Because sometimes that's what we do.
Yeah.
And we have to regroup and get ready.
I want to wash my hands of this yoga thing.
Yeah, that's where I'm getting with what I'm saying. That I think we don't need any more updates on your Peloton use. This is worse now that you've done this more than once. This is worse than me posting a picture of myself on Instagram and you guys making fun of it. You're now making fun of yourself more than once, and it's too much. We've got enough.
What do they call that when you like jump, like when you like talk differently when black people come around?
Code switching.
You're like code switching your yoga people. I don't know what the fuck's going on over here. You're not sticking with the same bitches. Like you're just showing us all your new hoes. I don't appreciate this. I don't like it.
Bitches hoes.
It's not real. It's not genuine. It's not real.
Did you pay for that? What number did you do to get that? Or are you in like a new like touch your taint with your tongue class or some dumb shit?
350, baby. Had 350.
So the last one was 250?
Yeah.
So
that's hours?
No,
or sessions.
Sessions. Okay.
I stretch every morning when I get out of bed. Why don't I get a shout out?
And is a session just you touching your taint with your tongue?
It's hard to get a shout out.
Is that all a session?
Let's hear it. Like, can we go to it one more time? I feel like we need to focus more on her. Now that I know what I'm looking for, I was just mad.
Hold on. Oh, first of all, let me back up. So
who is that?
Wait a minute. Look at the side. Are you making comments? Your hashtag Peloton dads?
Yeah, that's my hashtag. So can
Did
I
you
explain?
wrote that in
That's
the
your
comments?
hashtag?
Yeah, you only get like a certain number of hashtags that you're allowed to choose from.
Your hashtag is hashtag Peloton dads?
Yeah. Yeah.
You fucking loser. Holy shit. Dude,
What is
this
the one above it?
crazy.
Mental health matters.
Yeah.
I didn't know you were this big of a loser. That's nuts,
Team
dude.
Chalamet.
I thought you were cool. I looked up to you, I think,
Team
before
Chelsea.
today. Before today, I think I looked up to you. And I've lost a lot of respect. This is crazy.
This is wow.
I didn't know that was your hashtag, and that's why she was saying it. That's fucked
By
up.
the way,
that
you're
you did
doing
that.
all. Look at this, Cotton. Look at the bottom. He's doing all this work for 2 calories. I can get 2 calories when I drop a shit. Like that's all you earn is 2 calories.
Look at the top left. That says 2 minutes and 44 seconds until.
No, that says this
It's
is
only
what
a
you're
calorie
doing
a minute.
2:44 in the morning. I read that at military time.
This is before it's even begun.
That's only 2 calories a minute.
This is a fat guy exercise if I ever seen it. They're 3 minutes in. They're still reading the intro. They ain't even done any workout.
Yeah,
what
I'm
have
trying
you
to
done
say
for 2.5 minutes.
It's
Watch
crazy that the last segment that you fucking produced for this show was you talking about your love for Juggalo music for 45 fucking minutes. And then you go on to you being hashtag Peloton dads. You fucking loser. This is California. You're a dork.
Shout out from Scum's daughter.
You're a fucking nerd. You're a dork. You're a loser. What like geek? Like more words that Jay would say. Jay would say the rest of the words back in. Wasn't trying to do any of that, but I set myself
Big
up.
Trox Peloton dads are in the building now.
You fucking nerd. You I hope you fucking have
All
a
I
nice
want to
trip.
say
Can I ask a question?
Shout out to Chelsea Jackson Roberts. I do her yoga flows almost every single day. I love Chelsea Jackson Roberts.
Dork.
She's a shit.
Is it a heavy flow that you have, or is it kind of controlled this one?
So when I was prepping this,
He's
earlier,
definitely a puss.
Here's all I'm going to say: is earlier I had my system up and I was prepping the clip, and Mayhem walked into the room and she goes, "Is that your Peloton shout out?" And I said, "Yeah." And she goes, "You gonna play that on the podcast?" And I said, "It's really just to anger Cotton." And she goes, "That makes them angry?" And I said, "Oh, definitely. It definitely makes them angry."
No, not that you got it.
And she looked at me and she goes, "Okay," and she just turned around and walked away.
Yeah, I'm just curious. Did it happen? And you're like, "Oh, let me rewind and film it," or were you like, "I've reached 350. Your boy's filming today."
that's what's so fucked up is that you were like, I know I'm about to get.
Did you dress nice and light candles, like treat yourself to something special, get yourself like a big blizzard this time, or anything like that?
Did you flick your bean afterwards? You fucking loser!
I gave it a kiss first. You know what I'm saying?
Eat all the pasta and not throw half of it away right away. Like, how does this work?
Sauce on side.
Hey, mini Trox. Daddy gets 4 carbs today. He got a shout. You fuck.
Oh my god! I don't think we need to watch anything else. You're such a fucking loser.
You're not getting out of it that easy. We're here for a while, bitch.
Yeah, no, I know, but still, it's bananas that was how you chose.
I
to
am
come
excited.
Back from the previous segment.
Can you try to get a shout out at like 420? Or like,
No,
does it have to be milestones?
Milestones.
What if you pay extra or something? Can you?
No, it's only your name only pops up when you have a milestone event, and so they don't even see you. Chelsea would not know
Trust
that
me, they don't see. She does.
Chelsea would not know I existed unless I had a milestone. Let's be honest.
How many people got a shout out in that episode? What's the average?
That episode. Did you guys tune into the newest episode of Peloton?
I don't know what to call it. That ride. I don't know what to say. Or no, that stretch. Like whatever, but like that one.
If you figure 500 people are in it, 10 of them are going to get a shout out.
Okay, that's fair.
Okay, so you're one of a select few. It's not easy to get a shout out necessarily, is what you're saying.
It's hard to get a shout out. Yeah.
Just checking.
Sorry, I had an idea for the image.
That's cool. I'm glad you guys indulged me. So now I want to get into something that was sent into the Tracy's tip line at 303-578-8952. This was sent in by Lainey, our social media producer. She sent this in shortly before the show, and I thought Jay specifically would really appreciate this. Let's check this out.
Go away, birds. Fuck these birds. Fuck these birds. This is absurd. Yeah, this is absurd. Go away, birds. Fuck these birds. Fuck these birds. You're about to learn. Yeah, you're about to.
I'm all about that guy. I like him a lot. I'm a fan. Shouts out to Lainey.
I want a 4-minute verse. Like go into why birds are bitches. I'll collab with him.
He probably's got the full song on there. And I also want to say I did something like that for this program years ago. I was out.
Super memorable.
I was out on the lake. There were birds there, and I flipped them off in a video for Jay. I sent it to Big Trox at Tracy's tip line at 303-578-8952 was where I sent it. Actually, it was to his Instagram. But I did send it to him, and he played it, and it was me flipping off the birds. So I just want to say I don't think this guy is all that creative. All right. I don't think he's all that creative.
This guy did it too, but he did it to a song.
Well, so that's okay.
I don't show anymore.
I'm not saying I don't want to diminish him. I don't want to diminish that guy at all. I do think that guy is doing a valuable service. I just want to say I am too.
I got a couple videos today. Now, I have a few videos of things going wrong on.
I didn't know where we were going to end. I am too. Yep, you are shit. Motherfucker.
What other videos do you have?
All right, fine. I got a couple videos here of things going wrong on
Shout out to Mac Lethal for getting in the chicken costume, by the way. That video is dope. Yeah, wash your hands, available right now anywhere you stream music or through me. That's dope. What's up, Trox?
Let's watch a couple things that go wrong on Ring cameras. How about that?
Oh, I these.
Forgot what video was played. We got off the rails. Jesus Christ. Was that?
That was the new. I think I know exactly what that was. They were delivering that brand new Big Dirty Cotton that you can expect by the end of summer, baby. That shit is fucking fire.
That's that heat.
What the fuck was that?
Was that like a rocket-propelled grenade or something like that?
ADC blowing up the neighborhood, baby.
Wow.
Was that something inside the truck or something the truck got struck with? Because that
Inside
truck
the
is no. Okay. So it had
that was one of those new
explosives
like
in it.
real dolls or something like that. It was one of those hot fire puss.
That hot fire puss.
I'll show you how hot fire this puss is.
Wow.
Yeah,
the screens are blown out the windows.
I mean, the truck is completely no more. That's insane.
The driver just fucking evaporated.
Yeah, that's.
You don't think he's okay?
I don't know that we've seen an explosion.
Any two letters.
I think he's DIED. He's 4 letters now. No, I don't.
DIED. He's
died. He's died. It works.
I thought it was DOA, but whatever.
I'll say he dead.
He's died. Yeah, no, I don't think we've seen an explosion at that magnitude
crazy.
On this show before. That was really insane.
It was pretty wild.
Man, you really have a fucking way of starting a season. To go from your dumb ass fucking Peloton shout out to the last couple of videos is really a lot.
I think he's sending a very clear message. If we keep making fun of his shout
Peloton dads are in the building, bitch.
Hashtag Peloton dad, bitch.
Wow, never mind. Sorry, bro.
I didn't mean it. Please stop.
You can support us financially at biground.com. Peloton dads are in the building, you dumb bitch.
You fucking bitch.
I hope that she's late and early. That didn't work.
Shout out Chelsea Jackson Roberts. I love you.
All right.
É uma página em branco. E o meu presente é o que mais importa.
You ruined my good. What is that? We wasted the good surprise on you.
What did that guy just fall into? What is
a whole? Sorry, a whole dumbass.
What do you mean? Sorry? No, you're not.
Yeah, I just talk like this, and then you get mad. I don't think about it until I say it.
Okay, but so like, why
what
was
did he
this
fall
thing...
into?
Well, no, that's I know.
Costume tape and a cover. Like it wasn't supposed to go like that.
I know that, but I mean, like, what was the thing that was on top of it? Why did it was
screams his last breath? I don't know.
This.
I mean, why do you have an open hole barely covered by a sheet of like tinfoil at a giant gathering? I also don't get.
Oh my
god! What is this guy's problem?
He doesn't read. He doesn't look at all the cones or the caution signs.
Is the person in the front that they're looking at wearing like a Mortal Kombat hat? What is that?
Yeah,
that's a sombrero.
they're
Raiden.
Give him my Raiden.
Yeah, Raiden. That's what I mean. What if like he disappears and shows up out of the ground right next to the hole? That shit would be so dope. Or whatever noise he made.
Where's Liu Kang, Raiden? Come on.
Oh my god. And look at that guy with like the right in the middle. It almost looks like he's like floating. That arm is across his back.
This dude looks and he sees that the tape is there and that it's telling him not to cross over.
Well, he's looking at Mr. Rogers right there, like he's close.
Yeah, and he's like, "Well, fuck this."
Look at adios. There's a sign that says this motherfucker's about to die. I bet his name is Don Andrus.
That's the best.
His name name is Don Andrus. Okay.
Rip Don Andrus.
All right, Rip Don Andrus. Thank you so much. Adios.
What's funny is my favorite player in all of my life is the same name, and I know how to say it, but when I read it like that, nah, I went white as fuck. Oh my god, that was
Don
hilarious.
Andrus.
Don Andrus Galarraga. That shit was fucking great.
Incredible.
Oh my god! Well, and now the good news is now he got a job at Grease Monkey. He's ready for the next vehicle.
All right. Well, speaking of Grease Monkey, I feel like we'll end with this tonight.
Let's do 10 more. These are awesome.
These are too much.
Let's see what you guys think about this.
Cut it out. What the fuck?
That's pretty rad.
My God. Bro, just got generational debt. That's hilarious.
So this is just like
Is
the
that
most
real?
unhinged tow truck driver who's ever been alive.
This is somebody who had a vehicle on a tow truck and he just went on a fucking.
He was like,
a
fuck it,
rampage.
let's go.
I think that was a tow truck driver who found out where his girlfriend's been sucking another dick at, and he went over there and handled business. This looks like vengeance.
Man,
That's not a job.
why are you always about people sucking dick? Like, it doesn't have to be just about people sucking dick all the time, dude.
That's the key to happiness, Cotton.
I don't even realize when I'm saying stuff when it's gonna become a drop. But as soon as I'm done saying it, it's like, oh shit.
But
I
I'm
just did
telling
that
you,
to myself again.
I'm answering your question because,
Stop
like,
looking,
if you
Big
found
Trox.
out your Cotton, hold on, focus.
Yeah,
if you found out your chick was sucking some other dick and you had a tow truck, you wouldn't go fuck up his car and everyone who might be aware. Everybody
who might have been in his order.
everybody that he hit their car probably saw them driving to his house. He said, "Why didn't you call me?"
I think fucking up a truck, if I have a tow truck and I could go do that type of damage, I think that is actually probably the best way to handle this.
There's just no way the guy knows how to be a tow truck driver and did that on accident.
It's like I wouldn't choose violence, but I would choose mayhem and destruction. You know what I'm saying?
Well, mayhem somebody else's. Yeah, exactly.
Oh shit! Sorry, I can't choose mayhem.
Like, I don't know. This. They're going way too fast. I don't think this is real. Look, they obviously have a camera on their back. If this was real, they wouldn't be filming it.
Wait,
I don't
what?
know. What do you mean? Wait, what? There's a camera. He's watching himself do it. What do you mean? Wait, what? Tell me.
All right, you guys ready for this or that?
I'm getting pissed.
I'm getting so fucking mad. I better go right into a box before I get too
Tonight's
mad.
this or that was psychopathic or M&E.
Oh my god, we discussed it already. We know it's.
I'm saying
who
that
won?
was the segment.
M&E still wins. We get it.
I feel like you did like epic rap battles of history. Who won? You decide.
You decide. We decided already.
That's just
Epic
the way
rap
you
battles
said
of
it
history.
reminded me of that shit cracked me up the way you said that.
Oh.
All right.
Fuck. I haven't thought about that since like epic meal
Did you
time
see
days.
one of
That's
the guys
crazy.
dressed up as Jay, the other one as like Blaze, and they're doing their little raps? You said the
I
heck
did
was
not.
only for the wicked shit, but then you went and signed the stupid fucking wicked bitch. That's a Blase Rose reference. Go ahead.
Here we go. Let's get into some boys.
God damn it, dude.
Come on over there. Who's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
I'll hit the button again.
What for?
Who's in the box? Oh, what's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
What's in the fucking box? Cotton, what do you got?
I got these nuts. You know what I'm saying?
You box up your nuts?
Yeah, I put them in a box.
She sounds horrible.
They're honey roasted.
My nuts are people, so I'm trying to stuff them in there too. Big
put
Trox,
honey.
what do you got tonight?
I put honey on them, and then I go get near the roaster and I roast them up.
You know, when you bring them home, you can call strippers by their real name. You can call her Becky.
She hasn't gone by Becky in years. Big Trox, what do you got?
I see Vanilla.
I got a new box, guys.
Let's
I'm
see.
excited.
Check out.
I'm excited for this box.
Be careful, that's sharp.
This is something
My
that
wit won't hurt you.
This is one of those that I immediately wished I would have bought more than one as soon as I hit order, because it's sold out, and I think that resales are going bonkers.
Nice.
And I'm upset that I didn't buy multiples, because this one is not going to get resold. This is my copy. And this is something that I've been very excited to share with Troxy Cotton, because I think that he especially will appreciate this.
I have a feeling I know what it is.
Do you? I would be surprised.
Maybe I don't.
And shout out to this indie label, because they put more fucking tape on this thing than a JDirty production. And I am like, I keep going back with more knife. And
So you've had to reopen the knife multiple times.
it's my third knifing.
Yeah.
But now it's open. Now. Oh man. So true to form, I got a.
Oh, this is from Discogs?
Such a dick. Look at this. I got. This is from Stop House, which is Prof's record label. A handwritten note going government on me, talking about my classics on vinyl. Look at that handwritten note on the shipping sheet. That's
bad fresh. From Prof?
Does it say "Love Pookie Baby"?
It says "Love." No, that's not. It does not sign Prof.
Oh, throw it away.
Is it? Is that? It could be. Could be.
It's got to be Prof. Why else would
gotta
anybody
say
else sign it?
But that's
All right,
fucking
we're
awesome.
We're
You
gonna
know
look
what I'm
at what his signature looks like.
We're gonna. Comes with a special little thing in here, which I don't know what it is. It's in a manila envelope. Ooh, there's all kind of shit in here. Man, this is dope. I have a certain member of my household that is a Prof mark that is going to go fucking bananas when she sees all this stuff.
Yeah,
that's right.
Prof stickers, postcards.
Prof puts a lot of extra.
What's a KVP2
fresh flavor
sticker
in his vinyl stuff?
And what we're looking at here today, ladies and gentlemen, is a record I am more than ecstatic for. This, what we are seeing, this is so fucking cool to lay my eyes on. This is a Prof Kaiser von Powderhorn 2 record, signed by Prof.
So there's a signature. Now you know that that's not who's on the thing. Yeah, that's not the stuff.
That's nuts.
But yeah, either way, mad fresh. I like it very much.
This was the record that got me into Prof. This was the one that when I heard this, I was like, I'm fucking in. I flipped this to everybody I knew. This was what helped me get everyone into Prof. This is the shit. This is Stepping Out, Animal Hostage, Rules, Elephant Figured Out, Terminator, and Utah.
Yeah, I was gonna say there's not a bad song on that record. It's fucking great, and that was the one that I remember you showing all of us back in like 2010 or like 2009, something like that. And it was
That's
like,
crazy.
hey, look at this dude out of Minneapolis who's
2010, Cotton.
2010. Yep, I was gonna say I knew it was right around there. And you were like, everybody watch this guy.
15 years ago, just now released on vinyl.
And we saw him play those songs along with Soul Crate music at the Marquee Theater in Denver in like 2010 or 2011. Banana Show. And fucking Prof. Still
he opened for Soul Crate back then?
Yeah.
I know. I think it was like a dual headlining show. But I feel like they might have gone on second. That's possible. It's definitely very possible. But now that motherfucker just headlined Red Rocks.
Sold out Red Rocks, by the way.
Yeah.
Probably would have done it 2 nights in a row if he had stayed.
Yeah.
Fucking insane.
And Soul Crate couldn't put on a show at the Marquee if they tried, which sucks.
Sucks because I actually listened to Soul Crate recently, and I was like, I really liked this album 15 years ago, but it's still haven't heard anything from them.
Shouts KBP2. Holy fucking shit! What a great record.
Nuts.
Oh yeah, man. Shouts Stop House for putting out dope ass product and vinyl.
Big ups.
I even can
JDirty,
appreciate.
What is in your box?
Why do you just assume I have new merchandise? Why?
The thing is that you have for 241 weeks in a row, so it's kind of
we didn't start it for like 100 weeks.
But you had them that whole
kind of
time.
thing.
When did we
It's kind of
lose
like,
the
oh yeah,
fourth
he's
square?
got it.
That's when we started.
58.
60.
Let's just be honest. Who cares? Not soon enough. I've gotten a lot of dope stuff. What? I'm sorry. When you leave me, my affiliation leaves.
Yeah.
All right, bud. Yeah. Get your
Broken
bird
up.
flu and get the fuck out of here.
Bud.
Bud. Not even with a B. That's a D. Anyway,
I know.
I got some mad fucking awesome flavor. I'm not going to show you everything because we don't have time. But the first things I'm going to show you of ICP is big into pro wrestling, as we've discovered over the years. They have become a part of a thing called pro wrestling crates. Like, so if you, speaking of soul crates, this is my soul crate. You know what a crate is when you buy it off of a website, Trox? Like, if I say that, do you know what that word means? Like a collection of stuff in that realm. Well, ICP linked up with ProWrestling.com, or I think that's ProWrestlingTees.com. And there's a thing called Micro Brawlers. So this month in their Pro Wrestling box, you got Insane Clown Posse Micro Brawlers. What's the best way to... They're very, very shiny. I'm trying to get them to not glare so much. But
those are for 3 and up.
For 3 and up. Awesome old school. Jay's rocking the old school Jonko psychopathic jersey. Shaggy's rocking a blue version that never existed for many, many, many years. But dope as fuck. So those are awesome. But then, of course, in typical Juggalo fashion, they put out Chase variants. And I've only learned lately that Chase means the variant you chase after. So I also got a hold of the JCW versions of the said characters as well. Nice. A lot more scrubkins than the initial pair, but all in all, both sets are in your boy's possession, and I'm very happy because we know I'm a fucking Juggalo toy supermark, and Lord knows I have to own it all. So these are my Pokemon. Couple other things. I'm going to show you like 4 things. That counted as 1. Some VHS tapes from back in the day. This one is so dope to me. Hard Vision is... There's a good way. Hard Vision is an old, like, the things that sent videos, kind of like the box. And so these were sent to record stores to play on loop in the record store to promote new records. Now, this has Chicken Hunting Slaughterhouse mix, so off of Riddle Box. So this is mad flavorful. I have 3 of them now, but I got these 2 just recently. So that was from like 95. This one here is from more like 99 because that's got another love song on it.
Have you watched these?
This one's actually came sealed. I couldn't fucking believe it. Like it has like shrink wrap around it still. I was baffled. So no, I have not watched this. I haven't watched either of them. I just got them in this week. And then the third one I have over on my shelf has another love song on it.
Nice.
No. Halls of Illusions. It's got Halls of Illusions on it. This is another love song. Halls of Illusions is my other one that I have. So those are stupidly fresh because anytime you can get VHS with the clowns in any capacity, I fucking love that old school flavor. Speaking of old school flavor, these next 2 items come to you from the year 2000.
From the year 2000.
This one here is so fucking cool to me.
Wow.
So this is the 6 Jokers card press kit. So that was sent out to everybody.
How did you get that?
I did. It's like this full on, like, of course I can't open it. It's got the whole breakdown of each Joker's card. It like tells their story the whole way through this up through the 6th. Comes with a dope ass 6th press flat. But what's super dope to me is that it's got on the back. Now it's come off over the years, unfortunately, but it comes with the 6 Jokers card sampler and then the seminar from the gathering.
Wow.
And this is the only way to get this official, like this version of this DVD. So unfortunately it fell off, which is super whack. But this is what was sent out to like promote the 6 Jokers card to record labels.
We've seen that version.
This came on the Wraith, and we went to the mystery seminar.
I was there.
That year. No, you weren't. We went to the mystery seminar where Shaggy was there with his face paint off, and did not go to the 6th one. We actually did not. It's so weird. We were at that gathering, but you and I and other friends did not actually. We were not at that seminar. We went to the mystery.
Wow.
Because if you watch it, Shaggy's not there. He's doing his paintless mystery seminar, which is that's so funny, which is so crazy to me. Apparently, the computer's glad you weren't there. But that's a super, super dope-ass piece right there.
Thanks, StreamYard.
My last thing that came from that era, this came from right before that. This is a Twiztid release. You've probably seen this before.
Yeah, that's Most Tosseles, right?
Exactly. Most Tosseles Freak Show Edition. Now, what's dope here is this tape is sealed, baby. But you might notice a little something weird. Look at the back cover. Do you remember that being the back cover of Twiztid? Yeah, it's because it wasn't. Unless you lived in Malaysia. This is a sealed version of the Malaysian pressing of Freak Show, baby.
Woo! You fucking weirdo, dude. You're so weird.
I'm not weird at all.
I know that they got a new copy from Malaysia, so I got to cop that one.
Not new. This is from 2000. That's it.
I got it. There's never been a funnier way for somebody to say something from 2000. That's it. Oh fuck, that's crazy, dude. That is insane.
Dude. So that thing's sealed. It never got touched by Malaysian fingers, dog. That's fucking baller. So I just got that. I got so much more in, but that's it for this week. That's my box.
I'm on those kids' dick hard. That's hilarious that you guys aren't.
Good.
Yeah, hell yeah. That's what's up.
Come on over there. Who's in the box? What's in the box? What's in the fucking box?
Hell yeah.
We're not even at Netflix yet. This episode is going to be 6 hours long. Here we go. Cotton.
What's in your box?
What's in
I'm
your
actually I do have to apologize because other than a couple of music videos here and there, I did not watch anything this past week. So I don't have a contribution.
A couple of music videos.
I saw a couple of music videos. So I don't have a contribution for the Netflix segment for this week because I didn't watch anything. I do have things that I'm gearing up to watch. I just didn't get around to starting them.
So
go ahead.
In the last week,
that's fine. Move along.
I finished up a show that I've been watching for the last decade, maybe. On and off, right? It's been a long while going. That show is The Handmaid's Tale. Now,
is it done?
We've talked about this on the program in the past, and it's over. It just finished. They just wrapped.
No spoilers.
I'm not going to give any spoilers except everyone is dead. They killed everyone in the whole show. Everyone that Cotton loves is dead.
I don't care about what you're doing. What I would like to know is whether or not you thought it was a good ending. Whether or not you thought that they wrapped it up well. Because
all right,
you and I both appreciate the show. Give it to me.
I really enjoyed what they did with the ending of the show. I thought that it was really well put together. I thought that the thing that, and again, I'm not going to give you any spoilers, Cotton. The last season was fucking awesome. Like, it was so well paced, and it was just very angry and violent, and you know, exactly what you'd expect from a show about what it was about, and like this post-apocalyptic world that these women were living in, and
it's what you want.
It's all really fucked up. The only thing that I'll say,
why does you keep getting thumbs up?
I don't know. I'm not giving thumbs.
You just thumbs up your arm.
I was scratching my arm.
Do it under the shirt next time so it doesn't catch.
I'm doing it under the shirt. The only thing that I think, do it, Jay. He's not even getting a thumbs up.
You don't get it.
I don't get
for
it.
You.
The only thing that I was kind of surprised by was none of it's working.
You do it.
You were surprised.
No.
Okay, see, it's not worth it. Just keep going.
The show really, to me, the last episode was a really great finale, but it just felt like kind of like it was wrapping everything up. There wasn't anything
like that chick on the surfboard on the dock kind of fell flat.
But not. I don't think it fell flat. I liked it. The big criticism that I had heard from people online, and I heard because like they talked to me, you know, that I read from idiots, was just that they didn't feel like it was. That they did enough in the finale, and that they tied up enough loose ends. But I really felt like in the season they did enough of that, and then the last episode was just kind of like a victory lap that they ran. Great show. Highly recommend it. Go watch Handmaid's Tale. It's done. It's done. It's good. Elizabeth Moss crushed it. She directed like most of the last season. She's fucking awesome. JDirty, what you watching?
I'm excited to finish that.
Check it, Cotton. You're gonna love it.
I will.
So for me, I have been watching stuff. Not a lot of new things I've already spoken of, but I've watched a lot of stuff. The only thing new that I watched would be the Minecraft movie, which yes, my 11-year-old son who's obsessed with Minecraft. It's the greatest fucking movie that's ever existed on the face of the planet. You ask me, the prequel to Jumanji was kind of stupid. But I watched the movie. You know, I don't get Minecraft. I've tried. He explained it to me. It was just kind of corny and typical Disney movie. What's up?
From my understanding with Minecraft, it's that you mine stuff to craft with, and you craft stuff to mine with.
You break up, you start punching the ground, and then you get a block to then go throw somewhere else, and it becomes a block over there.
Okay, cool. Yeah.
Yeah, so I don't know. It was weird.
I'm glad it's a movie.
I watched it once intently, and I've seen it 7 times because it's on repeat constantly upstairs, pretty much all the time. He's obsessed. So that's what I watched. That's new. I've also I'm just about to finish season 2 of Righteous Gemstones, and I'm very excited.
Nice.
I am loving that show. It's not as great as some of the other shows I've watched. I can't say I'm loving it, but I'm committed to seeing where it goes.
I will say I've heard just briefly from someone who's finished the most recent season of that, which is the final season, that it ends quite well. That's the only feedback I've heard from the end of Righteous Gemstones is that, like, yeah, stay all the way with it because they ended the story off really nice.
I'm already gonna. Does it end in 4 or end in 5 seasons?
I think it's 4.
Okay, so it's over. So there's 4 available now.
The last one just finished.
The way all the names, everything in it's so biblical that I'm just praying that by the end of it, I see what I did there, that the daughter Judy, in fact, is the Judas character by the end of it, and like goes against the whole family. I'm just making predictions. I don't know. Where have you seen?
I've not seen it.
I've watched
No, I know
season.
you.
I've watched seasons 1 and 2. I think I might have seen 3, but no, I know I'm definitely behind on 4.
Okay, so you're probably where I am right now, but it's
Probably.
definitely worth it. I do enjoy it. It makes me want to go watch Eastbound and Down because I've never actually watched that show in its entirety.
Oh, that show's great.
Just one-offs. And I love Danny McBride's character on Righteous Gemstones. He is so corny and like they're all so overly themselves. It's hilarious. John Goodman, because I'm also finishing the Connors right now, so it's funny to be watching the Connors with Chaos and then watching Righteous Gemstone with my dick in my hand because it's a total different show. Or however you watch TV alone at night. I don't know, but I'm fidgety. I need something to play with. But anyway, I'm just saying it's a good program. What's new?
No, we're done. That's enough. You did it.
Cheers.
Now, Cheers was actually popular in the 80s.
The Connors with Chaos and Righteous Gemstones with my dick in my hand.
Yep, there's a clip.
Oh my God. Oh yeah, there is a clip. Thank you for that.
You're welcome. I'm here all night.
All right. Let's wrap this fucking show up, guys. We gotta take this thing to the south. We've been going for 6 hours already. And we
Holy
gotta
fucking shit.
Let's go.
Florida, man.
Now, before we get started, do you guys want me to throw to this or that? Because I did pull some articles.
You piece of shit.
I've been drinking for the first time in 3 weeks. I don't give a fuck what we do.
Do whatever you want. Go to Florida.
Her mouth, his back, whatever.
His pussy and his crack.
Florida man tried to kill another man over a $5 beer, police say. There is a video for this, so I feel like we should just watch that.
That's a very Florida headline.
Hold on a minute. Yeah, I was just about to say, for one, it's 12 minutes. But was it a new pumpkin beer he did not have on his wall yet?
No, not this guy.
Oh, because I get it.
Read it to us. We're not going to watch the video. You got to read. You don't get out of the work this late in the evening.
You got to read.
You got to do the work.
You got to do the work. You got to start doing the work, and that is reading for you.
Oh no! I just had an immediate problem. I got to be right now. In DeLand, Florida, a Florida man was arrested over the weekend after police said he shot at another man over a $5 beer. The DeLand Police Department said it was called to McCabe's Bar on Amelia Avenue in DeLand around 2 a.m. on Saturday to investigate a shooting.
Interesting.
According to police, 55-year-old Calvin Gilbert had been drinking with a man he didn't know at the bar that night. Witnesses said Gilbert bought a $5 beer for the man. At closing time, police said Gilbert confronted the victim outside the bar and demanded to be reimbursed for the drink. Now, JDirty, if you buy a gentleman a beer, are you going to ask him to reimburse you after the fact if you didn't like the conversation?
Not if he sucks my dick and goes through with like his end of the deal.
Is that the only solution that you feel like you would not ask for?
Why else would I buy a stranger?
He doesn't offer to buy a drink if there's not a dick sucking that's in the
yeah, or something.
Now, JDirty, you have bought me a beer.
And you have sucked my dick. What are we doing here?
Fair. The victim was not struck as he
was at a carnival. I wouldn't call it a fair. It was way bigger. But
the bullet hit in a cooler and penetrated a wall.
It's normal size. It's not that big.
I'm the penetrator.
Yeah, it is.
Yeah. Officer says surveillance video captured the incident and Gilbert fleeing the scene in a tan 1999 Nissan Quest van.
Love a Nissan Quest. Hold on. Let me just say real quick. I spent a lot of time in a Nissan Quest growing up. It was the van that my dad drove. He drove that Nissan Quest. I watched Galaxy Quest in the back of that Nissan Quest a bunch of times.
We never had a Nissan Quest growing up. You're out of
We
your
absolutely did. We absolutely did. And it's crazy that you want to battle me on this right now because when that happened, you were a teenager and you were on drugs.
Investigators spoke with witnesses and the victims were identified.
There was never a Nissan Quest involved. There
We
was
so
never
had a Quest. It's crazy that you would fight me on this. You don't even know.
MPV. You're not,
Dude, you don't even. It was a fucking Quest. It had a VCR in the back of it. You piece of shit.
JDirty.
A Mazda, dude. Oh my god, I can't believe we're doing this tonight. I cannot believe we're doing this tonight. I wasn't prepared to do this tonight.
Guys, we appreciate you being here on episode 241. We will be back next week, same time.
Within 34 hours, we had this individual in custody, DeLand Police Chief.
They're bragging that within a day and 10 hours, we found a Nissan van from 99. Why didn't they find it in 5 minutes? Like, where was that hiding amongst the Teslas?
They weren't because they weren't looking at Cotton's
Was it parked in your
memories.
parents' garage?
Big Trox was off doing drugs. He was doing drugs with other teenagers at the time. I was young and I was formative, and these were my formative years. And I was in a Quest, a Nissan Quest, and I watched Galaxy Quest in the Nissan Quest. And I'm not confounding those two things.
Within 34 hours, we had this individual in custody. DeLand Police Chief Jason Umberger said Gilbert was charged with attempted first-degree murder using a firearm while under the influence of alcohol.
Why else would you use a firearm?
Exactly. Let's get out of this. Cotton is being real.
I'm texting Big Truck's dad right now.
He's asleep.
And moreover, he does not want to hear
from you. It's 6:40 on a Sunday night.
Moreover, he's not interested in hearing from me right now.
No.
Did you have...
Not about what...
Florida, man.
Yeah, boy.
He said yeah.
No, he didn't.
That's one thing we will tell you guys on Scrub Hop Top.
I have a feeling your dad was asleep before we started recording the live show.
Listen, man, I spent a lot of time,
and even if he wasn't, Jay, even if he wasn't asleep, he's not responding to this motherfucker's text message.
He would not respond to my messages at this time. And also, I know I spent a lot of time in a Nissan Quest, and I'm pretty sure it was my dad's, and I'm not
that's a
conflating those two memories.
You're wrong.
No. I'm just telling you that's what happened.
I remember
your dad
your uncle drove a Nissan Quest, but your parents
that checks out.
No.
Do you ever wonder why Sleepaway Camp never had an actual campground?
I didn't go to Sleepaway Camp at my uncle's house.
Yeah, I know. You didn't make it.
No, my uncle took me. I got on the bus to go to Sleepaway Camp, and it wasn't Sleepaway Camp. That wasn't what they called it. It was just regular camp. And it was on a bus that you got there from. So you didn't have to get into a Nissan Quest if you
guys,
didn't want to.
This has been a really fun episode of Scrub Hop Talk. Episode 241.
It's been
season
a lot.
We do 2-hour shows in season 13.
We do too much. We do way too much. We've done too much.
I've often wondered if we should limit this down to like a 7-minute podcast, and here we do 2 hours.
My parents drove a Nissan Quest in the late 90s, early 2000s. It's just the way that things were, and it's weird that I'm being questioned that it wasn't that way. But that's not what I'm here to talk about. I'm here to say thank you guys for joining us on episode 241. This is season 13.
I won't even answer questions if my dick is out.
Of Scrub Hop Talk. I know that's
I had no idea I said that. All right, sorry.
His dick's been out the whole episode.
Oh my God, awkward.
No, guys, thank you for joining.
Do you not value your dick?
I'm sorry that you have to see this type of energy between me and Big Trox when he is like fighting me and combating me, because it's not
good aggressive oral that I was receiving.
It's not good for any of us. None of us are looking for it. We would prefer things to be harmonious. We like it when they are in harmony. Like, you're riding in the backseat of a Nissan Quest.
Get real.
In the early 2000s, you're listening to I'm Blue, Dabba Dee Dabba.
That might be why Trox didn't live with your parents in the early 2000s.
That's what I'm saying. He doesn't know. He was off doing drugs. He wasn't
living on his own. Well, never mind. Yeah, back then.
Never mind. I mean, If he
I was
looks back
there.
at himself in those days, he would think, man, just
Hey,
what was I
speaking of
what
which,
was I
when we
doing?
get off
You know,
air, I have some drug questions for you guys because I'm new to this.
I have some drug questions. All right.
Veteran.
No, it's everything's good.
Purple
Everything's
Heart.
fine. You can reach us at Tracy's tip line at 303-578-8952. That is,
And I fucking guys.
What if you're
It's
an
probably
old drug
also-
addict and you almost die while you're on drugs? Do you get a Purple Heart?
I think so.
Because you're a veteran at that point.
All right. Scrubhop@gmail.com is another place you can find us. You could find us at Scrubhop.
They want hard cock or they don't want cock. That's what I'm here to say.
Anywhere. If you just typed in Scrubhop into a thing, if you just typed it in, you would find us.
Right in the behind.
We would be the main boys that you would find and the main boys that you need to find. So
I like that.
at Scrubhop on everything, youtube.com/Scrubhop, twitch.tv/Scrubhop. If you wanna give us a little bit extra, if you want to give us a little bit extra, you want to contribute, you can go to patreon.com/Scrubhop and you could be a contributor. You could be a patron. You could patronize us.
Believe it.
In a way that we would like. I think that's, other than scrubhop.com, I think that's it. I think that's all the stuff.
All we can do.
What we want to do. All we can do. And yeah, we've done enough again. We continue to do enough for you, and I'm glad that we do. And you guys let us know if you need more, but don't count on it because
Let me enter
you. We do enough already, okay?
All right, we're done.
Perhaps we said too much.
I meant it though. I did mean that.
Tiki
Jay,
time, Maine.
Thank you for everything that you do for the show. I really appreciate. Jay, I want to just take a special minute here to thank you for all the contributions that you make.
Thank you.
Scrub Hop Talk. If without you, we wouldn't be able to do this. I wish
motherfuckers
there
gaslight
was
me about my dad's car. I know what car my dad drove, motherfucker. You can't gaslight me on that shit. I know what car.
Go ahead. Keep talking about me.
JDirty, I love you so much.
I feel your love.
I'll
More
see you
tongue
next
in the love.
Goodbye, everybody.